we had a big bee problem here right in this roof. Big. So we had about 80,000 bees within the beams of the roof.
They pulled out 85 pounds of honeycomb.
You want to make $1 million on one house? These are the types of things you have to deal with. What do you guys think is inside my refrigerator? Well, the truth is I'm never going to show you, and you're never going to see. But what we're going to do today is we're going to hang out with the Boeckle Brothers, and they're going to be showing you all the things that are hidden in every single room in this $5.5 million listing that they have on the market. I want to hear what your guys' insights are on this. Like, if I'm brand new, I'm trying to learn real estate, this is a luxury home, I'm afraid of taking action. Oh my gosh, was this video good, or could we have done anything better? Today, we've got Landon and Jesse Boeckle. They are twin brothers. They're only 5 months apart. What I want you guys to do in the comments down below is tell me scientifically, how is it that these brothers are 5 months apart? Did you get overcooked? Like, were you inside your mother longer? Did Jesse come out sooner? What happened? Was one of you guys premature? I don't know.
I'll give you a hint. I'm the older one.
Okay, Landon's the older one. As we walk through, I want to see these comments and see how you guys can scientifically prove how this is even physically possible.
We're calling our doctors, our nurses. Let us know.
What do I not see when I look at this kitchen on the bad side? Because all I see is maple. This looks like maple.
Maple wood. Yeah.
Maple wood. The good about this is like backlit uppers, like way up top.
Yep.
I love the way you guys did all that stuff. You guys have a walk-in pantry over here. You have black appliances. It seems as if I'm a brand new flipper. I walk in here and I go, these guys have it all figured out.
Right. They just do it perfect every time.
Did it perfect. So is there a landmine in here? Is there something you would have done differently? Is there something that happened in here that you had to deal with in the middle of this big, long, year-long project?
Sure. So the first thing that comes to mind when I'm in the kitchen is our countertops.
Yeah.
And so we initially did a design build, which we can figure out 80% of the renovation and what's going into it. But that extra 20% is where that design build comes from. We're going to have to figure it out as we go.
Got it.
And so built into our bid when we actually closed and started this property was a very underbid number for countertops.
You guys also spent a lot of money for the backsplashing countertop,
which was added after the fact.
Okay, so I'm thinking probably when you started out your renovation numbers on the line item for the countertops, fabrication and install, you were probably thinking between 20 and 25 grand.
Almost spot on.
Okay.
And it could have been that if we used a very entry-level material, which we know better,
You can't
do. So we actually went out, sourced ourselves, found some really cool quartzite, and it comes in all different shades and tones and patterns. We found a really cool black quartzite that would work with our black cabinets and something to contrast that really nicely, also quartzite. It's generally a little more expensive than your run-of-the-mill prefab quartz.
So this could have been like a change order in the middle of the process that would have cost you how much?
So it went from 2025 to about 45 all in. Yeah. So 25,000 right off the top of extras just for counters. The buffer isn't, and we'll talk about it at the end, what the overall overage was for the house.
Okay.
But it doesn't include $25,000 at a time change orders.
As Landon and Jesse are telling us all the change orders and little landmines that we're going to find in every single room, I want you guys to add up how much you think the total overspend was. What was the original budget?
The original, let's call it $750,000
to just renovate the property from your original line item.
That's correct. So $100 a foot in a rehab is what we budgeted for this house.
Yes. Okay, got it. $100 that's a good one for you guys to write down. If you guys are saying how much do I allocate for a luxury flip? $100.
Good place to start.
Right. Good place to start. Okay, cool. Anything else in the kitchen that we got to worry about that's a significant landmine that you guys encountered?
Yeah, so something huge. So when we were designing this kitchen, we said what we envisioned was white oak cabinetry. We've heard that go around a lot. We see it on Instagram a lot. Like this, we figured would be white oak. The cabinet guy, all custom, built us some white oak cabinet boxes, and he built a lot of white oak cabinet boxes.
and put them up, we realized that white oak was a complete wrong material for this house.
Oh my!
It was way too grainy. It was
Looks like grandma's house, like an old Danish cabinet.
immediately dated. So we had to have them rebuild half the cabinetry in the house that's this colored.
Wow.
To a maple. And that's where we got these cabinets from. So change order wise, probably cost us about $10,000 to rebuild all the cabinet boxes in the house.
That was more time than anything.
It probably took another 4 weeks, of time for him to rebuild everything. So it delayed the job 4 weeks with cabinetry.
What could we have done different? The first thing that pops in my mind is you could have gone down to a shop after he had like a sample or two,
Right. Yeah.
but you're too busy.
And its shop's not local. It's like an hour away too. Yeah. So it was show us some pictures of your samples and we'll pick from there. And that just wasn't good enough.
By the way, guys, I did a full walkthrough of this property with Jamil Damsey over on his YouTube channel, so go and check that out. We'll put a link in the description down below.
So on the way to the main living room, we have this huge slider as well. Let's not skip this because this is a big landmine that we uncovered.
You're right, Ted.
The original budget for this slider was $12,000.
I was going to say 15.
By the time they put this in, it actually cost us 30, and we never got an answer as to why it cost us double what we initially budgeted for.
Wow.
So I have a slight thought on why that may have been. Okay. I've installed a lot of these sliders before, and we do bypass sliders, which are generally less panels, less intensive of an install, and a cheaper product. This is a full actual accordion style. Yeah. So this whole door collapses to about 12 inches.
Yeah, this is a better style.
Right, yeah. Right. Because the bypass, you're still left with a single panel sitting here that still blocks that way.
I mean, this is an entertainer's area, right?
Yeah.
You want this completely open.
Yeah.
And you guys here in Vegas, especially this time of year, have unbelievable weather. So people want to come out and enjoy that view, which right now, unfortunately, Mother Nature's not letting us see the view, but that's all good. Was this fireplace original to this size, or did you guys add to it?
So not even close. If you can tell, this room's kind of like weirdly octagon, and it has these same sized panels all the way around.
Yes.
You can see the remnants of that from the ceiling outline, where this was actually 2 panels. And so there was no focal point in this room. It was just a round room.
This was actually, when I walked in today, this was my favorite part of the house.
Really?
Is this room and that little vibe. Like, I just love this room. This is a dope room. Any landmines in here?
I guess a landmine was the fireplaces themselves. We're still working on the fireplaces and some parts because they took almost 6 months to come in and still had parts missing.
Wow.
What do you think this fireplace cost?
Just the unit itself, it's gas.
Yeah.
84 inches.
I'd say 12 grand.
Not far off.
So this one was 16,000.
Yeah.
And then we have one more.
Well, I voted high. I was like, these guys are going to tell me some astronomical number. It is crazy.
In a $5.5 million house, you put a $16,000 fireplace.
100%. You guys actually, what I really like is you have these like charcoal balls or whatever, and then your fireplace over there also matches right well. So you guys really, in every aspect, you guys change materials in each room, but it's to complement the other materials in the other room. Totally. Very, very cool. But I can tell you that as I enter into these rooms and I say, what's the landmine in here? I'm bringing up old nightmares that you guys had on every house because we as flippers, we try and bury those and just move on.
Yeah. They're in there somewhere.
Like trauma is like, building up, and you become callous to it to a certain degree. But what I want to highlight to the audience is that, guys, this is par for the course. This is what's to be expected. You want to make $1 million on one house? These are the types of things you have to deal with.
It's pretty crazy. You probably never know it is almost every square you see underneath an arch in this house, between all the windows, under each arch was actually a Roman style column.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So we cased them all in, squared them all off to get the look that we have today. But that's pretty interesting to know.
What's interesting about that is if you could jump in a time machine and you go back to the people that were putting the columns up, and you go, hey guys, don't do the columns.
Don't do it.
In the future, we're going to wrap those with drywall.
Yeah.
They're going to be like, why would you ever wrap it with drywall?
Of course. So you tell them about this. This is a good one that I think you guys solved really, really easily, but it looks perfect. You never know.
Yeah, super weird, inexpensive fix, but this corner piece right here. So we had the whole encased wine enclosure here with these pantry style shelves, but this corner here was a really awkward corner, and we only had an upper sitting in it. way back as well.
Really weird.
So that was a really weird look. It made this whole, the geometry of this room feel way off. So all we did was copy this box, add another one here, make it flush with the other cabs.
So you did
and it looked perfect.
after the counters were installed.
After everything was done.
Everything was done and you're like, I hate this.
I opened the doors. They were like,
They're refilling way back here and would only open a little bit.
Yeah.
Which was super awkward.
I think a lot of flippers that are getting into the game, I mean, that's a significant issue that you run into and you got to pivot, whatever else. But I think a lot of people, we've taken people on tours of our flips and we go, oh yeah, we had to do that. Or, hey, we're in the middle of fixing that. Don't worry about that. I go, what, did you not know that beforehand? It's like, dude, sometimes you just don't.
And it looked great on paper.
Yeah.
On the spec sheets, everything looked like that should have no problem. Once it gets installed, you'll know.
Great on paper. How many times have we started business ideas, hired an employee, maybe dated a girl and be like, dated this look good. I like the vibe of the red clay, not only here, but also here. Is this something you guys added, obviously?
This was actually existing.
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah.
We love this from the get-go.
Yeah, one of the things that you'll always hear, especially in luxury flipping, is you can't leave old cabinets. You can't leave anything that was existing.
I think the cool vibe.
But we knew what this bar was we wanted to achieve with it, and we felt like we couldn't replicate this.
No.
So leaving it, doing everything else new and state-of-the-art, but leaving that character element,
It makes it a cool tavern feel. Yeah, the tavern makes you feel like you're in a bar.
yeah, exactly.
This is a great vibe.
This was originally an office,
Okay.
and it had no closet, but it did have a toilet and sink. In this bathroom was a safe, like a big gun safe.
Oh.
So this opening only came to about here, and a gun safe fit in there nice and flush. Now, we saw this and said, we need to put a closet in. We need to add this as a bedroom value add and make our home worth a little bit more. We had a problem expanding this shower because if you open that door right there, there's a bunch of ducting, and it goes right over the top of this.
Aha, I can see that. See that, Eric? You got the ducting that comes in and goes over top of it. Over it. Top.
So we had to adjust and move that ducting up so that we could push the ceiling of the shower up and actually make it a proper sized shower. Even though it ends up still pretty small, it's all you need.
I love this freaking room. Like, I would sit down in a lot.
We could hang out here.
Yeah, I love this.
Like, how could you
Another
not
fire
sit
lit.
here on a Sunday and read a little bit or get some work done?
Yeah.
And this is,
Or if you're Jamil, smoke a little bit of weed, whatever.
Stogies in here. We got another fireplace. Keep it cozy for us.
That's where I noticed little charcoal balls and match those ones. And this is a great vibe. I love this room.
really pain point in here was the built-in cabinetry. You see how they trimmed it a little bit over that tile fireplace. The original trim work on it was just a weird fit based off the corners of the room.
You're talking about right here.
Right there, exactly.
They trimmed it over the fireplace. It looks a little bit more built in. Very inexpensive fix, but once again, $5.5 million. It's all about the details, and we couldn't have a weird corner there.
Oh, man. I mean, the thing about luxury buyers, if they notice one thing, it's a red flag.
They start looking.
They get that that microscope out.
And then they go, I don't know why I don't like it. I just don't like it. And you're like, why? Because you don't know.
Convinced yourself of it.
Yeah, right? Okay, so when we have upstairs,
So we have all the bedrooms
okay,
and laundry room and the best views.
that's a killer view.
Right. So right when you come up to the top of the stairs, this house already had great windows situated for the view.
Yeah.
So you have this perfect picture frame window right here highlighting the city.
Which side should we go to first? Kids' bedrooms?
The big boys.
The big boys room.
The best part about my house is my primary bedroom area.
As it should be.
It's about double this size.
Oh, wow.
And the greatest thing is that I have fallen couches in my bedroom.
Sweet.
I love this.
It's your own living room, right?
It's your own living room. We spend zero time in our living room. We spend all the time in our living room, in our bedroom.
Mm-hmm.
This is a huge deal for somebody paying $5.5 million,
Yeah.
especially with this freaking view.
Right.
Insane.
Does it get better than that view?
No, it doesn't.
I mean, maybe on a sunny day.
And the best part about this is that you're in zero danger of anyone building anything that's ever going to obstruct this view.
Yeah.
And in the newer communities, you have to worry about that. What are they going to build on the empty land in front of us? So one thing that we did is we originally had this room being carpeted just like the secondary bedrooms. And that was a major change up, cost us a couple $1,000s to go from carpet to wood in here to match the rest of the house. Obviously, extremely happy we did that.
You have, dude, if you had carpet up here, I would have punched both you guys.
That would have been a big mistake, you know?
Yeah. I mean, the carpet is nice and cozy,
But it needs a hard side.
it needs the wood. I think the argument is that when you're doing a bedroom upstairs, you don't want people to hear you downstairs.
It's a little louder.
It's a little loud.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like it's cleaner when you have wood floor, right? You just have to
You're probably going to also put a really nice big rug there too.
or 3 or 4.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is, you guys, this is a great room.
Question, pain point.
Yes.
Stairs, do they offend you?
They don't bother me at all. I mean, here's the thing. I am a guy with a lot of kids. So this would be problematic for me and my kids.
Yeah. Okay.
But that's easy to solve.
How would you solve this?
So if I lived here, it's not easy for you guys. This is impossible to solve.
Right.
But for me, when I live here, I could just put a gate up here where it's
I see. Yeah.
hatch and walk through.
Okay. Got it.
Yeah. That's simple.
Safety. Yeah.
Safety.
Gotcha.
It also reminds me kind of a spa where you're kind of like, I'm stepping down into the bathroom.
Sure.
Rather than I'm walking over to the bathroom. It's a different vibe in here.
Yeah.
I actually, to some effect, that actually adds an element of like, all right, now I'm in the bathroom.
Now that
There's a whole different space now.
when you do walk in, since there's so much more white in here, especially on the floor, it feels a little brighter and a little lighter as you walk in.
I like this. I like walking in here. I am surprised that this is a closet right this close to the entrance in here.
Yeah. So this bathroom area was an absolute mess.
Look at how deep this is. It's massive. Like I'm looking back there, when I walk back there, it's humongous. Yet the closet, usually the closet's like pushed way back, right? And kind of hidden, right? Because you're going to have somebody naked hanging out. This is an interesting spot. This would definitely be his closet.
It is.
I imagine.
That is.
Because there's no way hers closet in a house like this is.
No, they share this one.
That would not be good in this house.
No.
I assume you have another closet.
We do.
What I really like is I like this vibe.
Yeah, so we're pretty far from the kitchen. It's nice to have a little power to put a coffee station, have some beverages, have a little bar inside. Like you said, you have a living room in your bedroom.
Yep. And in my house, I have a microwave, a sink, this, and we use it all the time.
I bet.
We wanted to feel like a spa in here, you know, and you got to have some beverages and coffee and everything.
I think whoever buys this house is going to spend a lot of time right here. All right, show me this behemoth of.
Yeah, we're only a little bit of the way done. I know with this bathroom,
But I'm telling you, it was a mess. This entire bathroom came to a pinch point right here, and you had to walk through about 2.5 feet to get to the back area where the tub is, where the shower is, and it absolutely made no sense.
The design and the layout in here is stupid good.
Thank you.
The best shower I've ever seen.
is it?
Yeah.
It ain't cheap. I mean, this is cheap. This is one panel right here. This is a huge piece of glass.
I even noticed that, dude.
These are big pieces of glass.
They wouldn't even give us a 36-inch door. It's a 32-inch door because it would have been way too heavy to open and close. They were safety-wise, it wouldn't have worked.
How the freak did they even get this glass up here?
It was difficult, and I wasn't there for it.
Frame?
Because I'm going to watch it. No, they carry it up that staircase. Yeah.
If you guys are complaining about working for your boss, I'm telling you, the glass guys that carried this up here have a way harder job than you do, no matter what you think about yourself, okay?
Can you imagine the stress of it all land breaking off?
Bro, and they show up to work that day and they go, all right, what's on the schedule today? Like,
The 800-pounder.
I love this whole vibe too.
Yeah.
I love everything you did in here. You've got the 2 shower heads. You've got these. I do also like that you have the view. One of my favorite things to do in my shower is that I have a view from my shower. And so I hang out and I'm literally just looking out my view the whole entire time.
Yeah.
Like look forward to a shower. And I love that you mashed the vibe here.
Right.
There had to have been some landmines in here. What were my landmines in this bathroom?
We had a big bee problem here, right in this room. Big. So we had about 80,000 bees in the roof and within the beams of the roof that we had to cut out. They had to cut the roof out. And then when we opened up the drywall, because we brought the room down to the studs, there was thousands and thousands of dead bees. It almost looked like insulation. There were so many in the wall.
They pulled out 85 pounds of honeycomb. Wow. They came here, they took the roof apart, they pulled them all out, and they put the roof back, and that was $2,500.
This is indicative of a $5.5 million or $7 million house.
A cabinet.
And you've been sitting here taking a dump And you can open up your window fully.
We put those especially low too, so you can really advertise to the whole neighborhood.
Yeah, this is great. I freaking love this, dude. Yeah, great. Somebody could even add a TV in here if they wanted to. Sure. You'd have a whole bunch of stuff in here if they wanted to. Jamil spends a lot of time in his bathroom.
Oh, I'm sure it's state of the art.
His vision board is actually in front of where he takes a dump.
Is it?
Yeah, so you walk into a room, just his toilet room, his water closet like that, and he's got a big old vision board. He sits there and looks at it for 45 minutes.
45 minutes. This one is in the back of the house, so we call this the favorite kids room, favorite child.
Oh yeah, this is the cool kids room.
Yeah, this is your favorite child because they have an equitable view and a balcony that's just like the primary.
Yeah.
You know,
when I would probably actually do this, if I was like a single dude, I would use this as my office.
Oh, interesting.
It's got a view. Yeah, it's got the view.
Yeah.
It's got the outside.
Sid Limel's the bedroom.
I could watch somebody play the entire hole.
Yeah.
Yep.
Which I would be out here on the phone just talking to people, working deals, and I'd watch people hit their drive.
Which we do all the time.
Yeah, this is great, dude. This is really, really cool. I love the carpet. You didn't just go with a standard carpet. Obviously, with a nice.
And can you feel the pad?
Oh, it's very
Memory foam?
Yeah, it's actually memory foam, so it's even better than a thick pad.
That's dope. We've never used memory foam.
You gotta walk on clouds.
Yeah, this is sick. Okay, so no problems here.
We got one coming up though.
Oh, okay.
So my least favorite room in the house,
Okay.
and I think it's somewhat gonna take an effect because the wife made the decisions. But for this laundry room and this large of a house, there's a lot of problems with it.
Can I tell you the first problem I have?
Yep.
The door.
The door, I have to walk in and close the door on myself to do my laundry.
Exactly.
That's a problem.
Yeah.
Don't tell the buyer that.
Awkward space, not a lot of space to do your folding or anything, so we had to shorten the cabinets, shorten the counter to even make it work in here.
Okay, people at this price point typically have somebody that does their wash and fold.
Yeah.
And so they're not sitting here piling up clothes. Okay. So they're going to come in here, they're going to use that little shelf, and they're going to make it look nice and cute. But somebody comes in and does their laundry once a week.
Yeah, so the secondaries are good size. They all have their own balconies. So I thought it was cool.
Yeah,
This one even has two.
yeah, this is awesome. This is also the other favorite kids' room.
Yeah.
It's a great room. I love that you added the can light. The can light's here. You'll have bed here, TV there. It's a great vibe. This is interesting because you have to make a decision. Do you want a bigger bedroom or do you want a full walk-in closet? And this is the right way. The full walk-in closet. I think every kid's going to want a full walk-in closet. We were at $750,000 of the original budget, right?
Yes.
And you guys have obviously gone over
Obviously.
Quite a bit.
the drum roll for where we went from $750,000 to final budget.
Yeah.
Hopefully you guys have been making comments in the comment section. What is our total spend as of today within $10,000?
I can't say it hit them.
We're about $1,050,000 into this job.
Okay, so we've gone $300,000 over budget. We had big countertop, we had the cabinet mistake, the door, all of those types of things happened. But even after $300,000 in change orders, what are we standing to make on this property?
So we're listed right now at 5.5 million.
Okay.
And it's really strong. I will say that we have great comps for 5.5 million. And if we sell it there, we should take home net about 1.1
$1.1 million.
on one house.
Not bad, huh?
Guys, congratulations.
Thank you so much.
This is why they paid for the banh mi and the food. I got to get Jamil and tell him the food is here. Guys, go follow the Boeckle Brothers on their YouTube channel. We'll put the link in the description down below. They also did a wholesale hotline episode with Jerry, Norton, Jamil, myself, Brent, and these two boys. And we talked about the upcoming market and what we all plan to do for the 2023 year coming up. So we'll see you guys in the next episode.